Not a public asset is not being sold. There's a committee vested with the responsibility by this House to oversight the trade fair activities of the federal government. It's not being sold. A property is not being sold. And Mr. Speaker, if the House has made a mistake by its decision, the House has the powers to reverse its decision.
Mr. Speaker, that particular order emphasized the role and the committees and the organizations that must be under that purview. In the light of that, the House cannot change that position except they refer to it. So in the light of this, Mr. Speaker, that order cannot stand because the Speaker, I move that this be the same. To fall in line with the order of the House.
The place in Custom, which is in Lagos, trade fair, is one of the public assets of Nigeria. We must try to distinguish between commercial agencies that fall under Committee on Commerce and equally the constitutional responsibility, particularly those embedded by our House rule as earlier stipulated in Order 109, Rule A, Rule 1 and 2, Sub A, B, and C. It donates that responsibility to the Committee on Public Assets.
Order 24. Mr. Speaker, Order 20. Order 20, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, can I read it? Mr. Speaker, Order 20, Rule 2. There shall be committees to be known as committees selected and constituted at the commencement of every assembly to perform the function allocated to it by this rule for such other matters as the House may from time to time refer to. Mr. Speaker, the essence of this rule, which under your purview, is that once the rule refers to a committee on any issue, this rule of this will take precedence. In the light of this, Mr. Speaker, if you look at that order at page 152, Mr. Speaker, that particular order emphasized the role and the committees and the organizations that must be under that purview. In the light of that, the House cannot change that position except they refer to it. So in the light of this, Mr. Speaker, that order cannot stand because the Speaker, I move that this be the same. To fall in line with the order of the House. So I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order. Order, please.
Point of order.
Order.
Thank you very much.
Order, please.
Thank you very much.
Point of order.
I don't. I'm here to understand. Maybe when he leads his debate, we'll be able to know.
Point of order.
More. Yes. Let's hear from you.
Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 109, Rule 1-2, so that we will not portray your decision, which is born page 223, which is born out of the decision of the majority members to think that the decision was taken contrary to the House rule. Mr. Speaker, if you check Order 109, page 223, it says there shall be a committee on public assets constituted at the commencement of the life of the House. And if you check at number 2, the prerogative of allocation of public assets by government fall under the purview of Committee on Public Assets. So in my opinion, I will want to concur and appreciate.
Where are you reading? Which one are you reading?
I'm reading number 1, Oversight Ministries and Departments and agencies charged with management and disposal of public assets. B, to equally oversight over the management of government assets situated anywhere within and outside the country. Mr. Speaker, the place in Custom, which is in Lagos, trade fair, is one of the public assets of Nigeria. We must try to distinguish between commercial agencies that fall under Committee on Commerce and equally the constitutional responsibility, particularly those embedded by our House rule as earlier stipulated in Order 109, Rule A, Rule 1 and 2, Sub A, B, and C. It donates that responsibility to the Committee on Public Asset. So, majority of the members that voted in respect of this voted in line with our House rule. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Please,
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable.
My name, speaking for the good people of Uyo, Uran, Nseletai, and Ibesibusuta Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, this is the Bible, the Quran of this assembly. Every actions and inactions, every decisions that is not in consonance with this, Mr. Speaker, I think it is null and void. Mr. Speaker, let me refer us to page 154 on committees. We have here committee on 153, Mr. Speaker. We have committee on commerce, and the functions of the committees are listed. And when you go down to number 2, sub
L, we have read it. We've read it before.
Mr. Speaker, you will see trade fair. It is not a public asset, is not being sold. There's a committee vested with the responsibility by this House to oversight the trade fair activities of the federal government. It's not being sold. A property is not being sold. And Mr. Speaker, if the House has made a mistake by its decision, the House has the powers to reverse its decision.
Point of order.
So, Mr. Speaker, the committee well vested with this motion is the Committee on Commerce. I rest my case. Thank you.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Balanga Billy Federal Constituency from Gombe State. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, we have to be very careful in whatever decision we are taking at this chamber, not because of the motion itself, but because of the future. We have the chairman of our rules and business, who is the custodian of our rules. He chairs the committee. If a chairman of the rules and business will call our attention and advise us, I think if that is how the law is, we have to follow it. My only advice, Mr. Speaker, we have taken a decision. So my advice is I will move it as an amendment.
We have not taken any decision.
No, a decision was taken on the earlier amendment.
Okay, the amendment.
Yes, yes.
That was proposed.
That was proposed.
Not on the motion.
Yes. So the further amendment I would advise is let there be joint committee. Both the Committee on Commerce will now lead public assets and any other relevant committee to be part of that committee in doing the investigations. Thank you.
For amendment, that it be referred to a joint committee of commerce and public asset. Any seconder to that motion? Any seconder to that motion? No seconder. Yes, Jonathan.
Assembly. My name is Gaza Jonathan Befi, and I represent the people of Karu, Kefi, Kokona Federal Constituency of Nasarawa State. Mr. Speaker, we have listened to this motion carefully, and I would want us to put it in context. Trade fairs, as well as exhibitions, are held all over this country and the nation. And when you read this order with regards to the jurisdiction of commerce, it is more of the activity, the service. Now, in the wisdom of this House, we decided to create a committee in charge of the assets. That is why you have a scenario where this same committee invites players from the Nigerian Ports Authority. They invite players from, in fact, the valuation of the assets of this country all across various sectors are domiciled within this committee. Now, what I would want to suggest to curb it in so that we are not in any way shortchanging or taking away the functions of a committee as constituted by our rules, is for a joint committee. However, since it's an issue bordering on the assets, which is the sale of land, the Committee on Public Assets takes the lead. Then, being the fact that it has to do with the purview of commercial of the Committee of Commerce, which is trade fairs and exhibitions, it will have the Committee on Commerce to equally support the Committee on Public Assets. That is my humble submission.
Point of order. Order
Mr.
6.
Speaker.
Point of order. On Federal Constituency. I'm the Vice Chairman, Committee on Commerce. Mr. Speaker, I want to put it on record. And as the rules of the House says, the trade fair complex falls under our purview. And we want to inform the House that the committee presently on its oversight functions have visited this trade fair complex 2 times because of this problem we are talking about. So the committee presently is on top of it. We have started work, we have been there, and we are still going back for this same purpose. So for us now to say that we relegate this work we have done so far to another committee who is not responsible for this, that means you are taking away our duties from us, because we have started and we have gone a long way. For us to withdraw now and pave way for another committee, I think it's a setback. So I just want to bring this to our notice that members will understand. Thank you.
The motion before us is not referring to the activities that has to do with trade fair. It's referring to where the trade fair activities are conducted, the premises and how they are located is what this motion is referring to. The motion is saying the premises where these activities take place, that they are wrongfully allocated. And they are asking, can we investigate the allocation of these premises? That is what the question is.
Point of order.
And then the commerce is saying if it has to do with anything pertaining to trade fair, we should be involved. I've not had anybody move a motion if we cannot have joint committee.
Point of order, sir.
If we can,
Point of order, sir.
We have granted it before, please. We can continue. Let's move on. I've not had anybody say where we're not having joint committee and we're not having public asset or commerce handling it, a bridge between them should be ad hoc for the purposes of this investigation. It's only an investigation. So all this struggle, you can have an ad hoc committee where the players in the both committees will work. So Jonathan, over to you.
Mr. Speaker, an ad hoc
Point of
committee
order. He cannot
be
move motion on the
constituted
decision that is
to
already
handle this
taken.
particular
Point of order, sir.
investigation.
Point of order.
I so
Point of
move.
order. Point of order. Point of order.
Order, please.
Point of order, sir. Haba. Point of order, sir.
There's a motion in place. Let's see if there's any seconder.
There was point of order before the motion, sir.
Any seconder to that motion?
No.
Any seconder to that
No,
motion?
no.
Seconder.
Point of order.
What's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, Yusuf Gagdi from Panshinkanke Kanam. It is interesting.
Chief Whip, please do your job.
It is interesting, Mr. Speaker. Chief Whip, I need the attention of the Speaker, please. I don't know. Mr. Speaker,
Please protect me. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, Yusuf Gagdi from Panshinkanke Kanam.
Use your mic.
Mr. Speaker, this will end the matter. This particular order will resolve the matter. Order 10, Rule 2, Mr. Speaker, and I quote, that the Speaker in the House and the Chairman in any committee shall be responsible for the observance of our rules and maintenance of order in the House and committee, respectively. And the decision upon any point of order shall not be open to an appeal and shall not be reviewed by the House except upon a substantive motion before the House. In view of this, Mr. Speaker, I submit that we should comply to Order 10, Rule 2. Since a motion was moved, decision was put to vote, and decision was taken. Our rule did not allow us to open debate on a matter that decision had been taken on.
Honorable
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Gadi, I think you're out of...
Please.
Point
of order, Mr. Speaker.
Members are allowed to
Point
make
of order.
amendments.
Point of order. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order. Order, please. Order, please.
Honorable Gadi, members are allowed to make amendments, and we can take more than one amendment. It has nothing to do with Order 10 at all. And now, the last amendment was not seconded. So which brings us back to the motion that is before the House, and now we're going to ask questions based on that motion. So Section 10, Sub 2 has not been activated at all. So I will ask the question. Based on the original motion, those in support of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Nay. The nays have it.
Order, please.
Once again, Mohammed Omar Bio is my name. I speak for the people of Baruten and Kayama Federal Constituency. I am from Kwara State. Mr. Speaker, my dear honorable colleagues, I rise to move a motion on the need to intervene and stop resurgent attacks on Baruten Kayama communities by Mahmouda Group and other criminal elements. The House notes that in the recent past, several communities in Baruten and Kayama Federal Constituency of Kwara State have been invaded by terrorists and criminal elements, maiming citizens and destroying several properties. Also note that the accumulated invasion has, apart from killing several citizens, barred constituents from going to farm, which remains the veritable source of their income. Cognizant that upon intelligence reports and security agent intervention, Mahmouda Group and other criminal elements were identified as part of notorious groups terrorizing the area, and this led to several arrests by the security agents. Observed that upon those arrests, the communities felt a sigh of relief as attacks and killing drastically reduced. Disturbed by the report reaching us that bandits laid ambush at military checkpoints midnight of Thursday, 30th of October 2025, in Nuku community in Kayama local government area, killing one gallant soldier and went away with soldier motorcycles, while Mahmouda Group struck again at early hours of Friday, 31st October 2025 in Karoji community, Barutin local government area of Kwara State, with various degrees of assaults, leaving 5 people dead and 2 others critically injured. Also disturbed that the renewed deadly attack by these criminal elements have again started increasing fear and grief of the constituents. Worried that if the resurgence of attack by these criminal elements are not instantly tamed by the relevant authorities, it may escalate and result in losing of more lives and properties, disruption of farming and other economic activities. Resolved, urge the federal government to order the deployment of more security agents to Barutin local government area and its environs for protection of citizens. 2, urge the Nigerian Armed Forces to establish operational base in Barutin local government area to take swift and decisive action to prevent further attacks and restore peace in the tormented communities. 3, mandate the committees on Army, Air Force, Police Affairs, and Internal Security to immediately intervene and nip the attacks in the bud. Mr. Speaker, my dear honorable colleagues,
thank you.
I so present.
Any seconder? Honorable.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Abbas, approach the chair. Honorable Abbas. Honorable Abbas, approach the chair. Honorable Abbas, approach the chair. Approach the chair.